how small, this is right now. Like one session, 20,000, 26,000 people tuned in, and how many of those people are going to get, excited about the Datsu stuff and eventually are going to migrate over, and their world is about to be expanded, just like our world is about to be expanded into what's going on out there. So I thought that was pretty the scale of where we're going. Um, it's pretty cool to see. And we've been talking about this for a year, but maybe the last point that I will make or touch on right now is the fact that yeah, it's been a long road, and we talk about how long this has taken. But again, the reality is, in the real world, things do take time to when you're putting together a plan and a strategy that you want to execute on. That stuff takes time, and to be able to turn all this around in about a year, coordinate, launch, and move forward, that actually happened pretty quickly. If you take apart, some of the woes or whatever, and just look at overall from inception to where we are now and on the delivery front, that was pretty quick. And and this is an inflection point, right, where like stuff accelerates, um pretty quickly, at this point, because now you're going to get a constant stream of information with that swoosh and what they're doing, and that all, and we'll see, right? But I think all that plays into what Artifact is doing as well, and they're moving in lockstep. I think is what we're going to see here. So it's exciting times, and I'm pumped. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be excellent. And Japan in a couple of weeks here, or not even, yeah, less than yeah, about a couple of weeks. That's going to be pretty epic. Like, yeah.
Dude, am I underexposed? That's the real question. I had two angels, made some trades, sold them or traded them, sold one, got another clone. I feel like that's a good play. Having the OG collection, the 20K avatars, having another clone was big for me. Then we got 4 drips, and that's it. Like no other DNAs. And I'm starting to have some FOMO and feel underexposed just in general. Uh,
How how,
Thanks, Bud.
how did you
Hey,
end up with only 4 uh, drip and nothing else? Now that's what I want. What I want to know is like, how come you only have the 4 drip?
because if you had to place your bets anywhere on potential value go up and resell, like it's in the drips and the DNA, right? The other ones look nice, they're dope, they will be worth something in the future, but definitely the drips will be. So I just was stacking drips, dude.
That makes sense. Like that's the sure bet. I hear that, but I do think there's, and Drake can definitely correct me, if he feels like coming up or whatnot. But I do feel like there's something to be said about the very first of any of these, right? Being the very first of Artifact and Nike together, and quote unquote their native Web3 shoe collection that they put out, with this technology. So I think every single one of these is going to have its own, like a pretty strong value proposition over time, as the originals. Um, and now that I'm a reseller, like I'm not buying personally, I'm not buying any of these to resell. Like this is going to be shoes that I wear, and that it's truly about just having something different than most people can get. And again, when you think about the numbers that are out there, it truly is most people can't get this. Like even if they wanted to. Um, and once the window of Forge closes, I mean, Genesis, you have what, like 1,100 pairs? Like Reptiles, you have 399. There's more than 399 people around the world that are going to want these once they realize that they exist. And every single person in here that has one of these pairs, no matter which one it is, you're in a special club, and that's big.
I'm gonna share a post at the top. I just want to get it up here real quick. And one of my favorite posts of the day, obviously, right, is something we were talking about earlier. Is just like it's like a soft shill of artifact, right, coming from the dot swoosh account, right? They've been doing their dope things, and then at the end they say, "Oh, by the way, you can't forget this major moment here." And then there was a post from Jasmine talking about them being some of the rarest air forces that will ever exist, just quantity wise. And she posted that today as well. So, um, yeah, I just shared that link to the top if anybody hasn't seen it. But I think you're right. You did touch on it there, Tevi. Um, I'm having FOMO trying to get more pairs, but I think I'm gonna be all right with what I got. I guess I can always buy more later on if I could ever find a size 11. It seems pretty common. I just guess I got to hit up Bayron apparently for them size 11s.
That tax though, the Bayron tax, man, that's I don't know about that tax, man.
I don't know if there's actually a Bayron tax or Tevi's just a low baller. Like, because I've heard some of
Oh,
the
I'm
prices.
100% a low baller, like
Tevi's
100%.
Tevi, I heard Tevi say just earlier today. He goes, "Yeah, guys. So if you want to sell me those DNAs, I got 2.5 ETH." This man
Oh, you
lowballed
caught
people.
that?
This man lowballed people over 2 ETH off what the floor price is. Like, if anybody wants to sell DNAs, I got 2.5 ETH. Like, yeah, so maybe it ain't a Bayron tax. Maybe it's a Tevi frugalism or Tevi stingy. I don't know what the word is for. Not in a bad way. So you just got to get a deal, you know?
Yeah, man, I'm all for that deal. Because you know what? If you're patient enough and you take your time, there's a reason why I have the pairs that I have, and I did not pay full price, uh, and I did not pay full price for any of them because I was patient. So the reality is, I don't need any of these. I just want them, and people are willing to give them to me for, or sell them to me. It's not free for a lot less. So I do think there's a Baron tax. Maybe it's not as high as I make it sound, but there's definitely a Baron tax that I can't pay. I can't afford that. So it is what it is. Somebody else will help me out, I'm sure. So that's why
What
I put those little fillers out there, just in case, because somebody will capitulate and it'll work out.
what have you been hustling? Hustling OTC deals or what? Or what? Just WETH offers? What do
Oh,
you
we
mean
fit.
people are just giving them to you cheap?
No, just we. Just
Just
sit
waiting
there
them.
and just wait. Inch up a little bit here and there, and eventually somebody bites. But at this point, I've got everything I want. Honestly, um, I would love like all the high end stuff, right? Like the more rare stuff, but also I'm not willing to pay what they people are asking for it. And I don't think people will come down, if I'm being honest, just because they know what they got, right? Like if you didn't know back, I think the window of time where you could have probably snagged, like, I don't know, like a DNA or an alien, for the low that's done. The reality is I do kick myself, because before the DNAs like skyrocketed, there was like a short window of time there where you could have bought one for an ETH or under, and I looked at them and I was like, nah, that's too much. I'm gonna wait, and then it never came down. Oh, anyways.
Bro, I think the most impressive thing that I've seen on these Air Forces is the fact that whoever owns all the aliens has banded together. They've got a group chat or something, and they have held that floor pretty close to six for a long time now. Like, if you guys want to know how whales, um, with and on a micro scale can kind of band together and prop a floor up, like those alien DNA shoes have not really moved much. Correct me if I'm wrong, man. They've banded together and said, nope, 6 ETH or nothing. Like, we'll ride this bitch into the ground, bro. They're very, very stuck on that 6 ETH number from last I checked.
I mean, who? I'm sure people, like, somebody has to know somebody who has the aliens, right? Like somebody in here knows somebody.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Anya just said they're all in a group chat. There's
Oh,
30 aliens in the entire collection, and there was one person who had like three of them. So I mean, they're like the smallest group of owners there are. And when you it's such a reach for me to say this, but I'm just gonna have some fun and don't take this seriously, guys. Is when the wells can actually dictate like the floor on a like there's 60 total shoes, right? It's really easy to get together and go, guys, if we all band together and don't sell under 6 ETH, we're good to go. And like them, they haven't moved, bro. They're not moving those things. So it's either
It,
someone comes up with 6 ETH or those guys are just gonna they're gonna mint all their shoes. They've held the shit out of that. Whereas the Murakami DNAs have 117, right? And it's moved a little bit more, but the drips have been all over the place. I've just this is more so like a props to whoever the alien group chat is. They have done well in propping that alien floor up and making those things unattainable for most.
what I want to know if Ilan or Jace are in that group, um, so they can. I want, and maybe Dre. Maybe you should buy one of those two, because the reality is I'm gonna have to live vicariously through one of you guys. So, because I'm not paying that price, but I think I think one of you should, because you deserve it. You know,
Wait. Paying that price for what?
for the aliens. I
What?
feel like
What's
so
the floor on the?
six. Kuro, you could probably do that. You should buy the aliens, and then when I meet you, you should wear them, and that way I get to touch the alien skin on those shoes, and
Wait, the highlighter green shoes with the blue checks.
yes, yep.
They're gorgeous, but let me tell you something. My shoes are black like my heart. I'm not that guy.
I'm not that guy. I'm not
I'm not.
that
That's the
guy.
quote.
I'm not
I'm not
that
that
guy.
guy.
I'm not that bro. We will
That
start
guy.
a
I'll rock
chant.
the. I'm gonna rock the Murakamis I bought, but like the what do you call them? The drips, right? But it's like, yo, once shoes get to a certain price and they're in like a light color, I'm not even touching it. I don't have the mental fortitude to keep those shoes clean, my guy. I'm definitely not that guy.
But they look like they're easy to clean though, and they have the leather for the sole around them. So I feel like it would be easy to clean and maintain them. So I mean, something you should think about, Kura. I know you're not that guy, but you could be. You could be. I believe in you.
I'll try, bro. But you hear the thing is like I don't know, man. I'll be
We
honest,
could
bro. I
like
don't.
partial ownership, so everybody hold up 1 ETH, and then it's like everybody can, all those 6 people can post up their PFP as alien shoes.
I'm not that guy.
But
Yeah, I'm gonna I
yeah,
commit the
put up
Discord for sure.
but then I'll get the physical product, and it'll be cool. You can hold that PFP, and it'll be dope.
No,
Bro,
I'm not that guy. Subscribe. Like I'm El Cheapo over here. Like I'm just definitely not buying those. But I want to know somebody who has them again, like I said, so I can touch the skin of the aliens. I mean, that's some shoes are made out of crocodile skin and other things, and artifact is like going with the alien skin. You know that's pretty rare. That's why there's only 60 of them. Like, can you imagine what they went through to get that to happen? That's I love those shoes, by the way. Like I think they're super cool. But I just can't afford them. And that's okay.
bro. Did you guys realize that the aliens, it seems, were max minted, right? There's 30 aliens in the collection, and each one could mint two, right? So there's 60 of them. So I'm telling you, bro, those aliens are the most organized whales we know. Does anybody personally know an alien? Who the fuck are they? Who are they, and how does Dre and I get their number? Because
I feel
send them
like
my
Anya
way.
knows. I feel like Anya knows because she did say there's a group chat.
Yeah. Yo, Grail.eth has 6 of these alien DNA shoes, and this dude is not like a fan of clones, but he's holding on to these shoes at 6 ETH, bro. Like I told Dre, hit this guy up, bro. He's so bitter at Artifact, like big bitter. Hit him up, dude, and just offer him something for those shoes. And as we get close to forging, he might just capitulate. You know what I mean? Like he's just bitter. He might just sell right into you. But there's been hasn't there been like 2 massive alien cells in the last couple days, or were those Murakamis? Last 2 days, bro. Hold on, let me look. Who's buying up the Murakamis? That's the question. I asked Crypto
Jason,
J if there's a Murakami group. Oh, dude. Yeah, so there was an alien cell yesterday, the girl with the fighter pilot mask for 30 ETH, and then one of the sickest Murakami drips, or sorry, Murakami DNAs. Damn, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think I saw a DNA clone sell for 35 ETH, I think it was, or something like that.
I'm gonna go look at what wallets those are, bro. I'm gonna
What,
go
the
see.
alien DNA?
You would.
I'm gonna go see who's collecting these, right? Because
Chase it
this
down.
is what they want, right? Let's push the floor down. Let's scare people. Let's make people capitulate, and let's cop some girls while we're at it, right? Because these are all those top 2 ones are 150 ETH clones. When the bull was here, bro, they got them both for 30 ETH, dude. So
Would you guys be surprised if it's an associated wallet that helped fund that put the money in? Yo,
no, I won't be surprised. That's my
bro,
conspiracy.
bro, there's massive market manipulation. I've already told this to like I talked to my little buddy there, Big Whale, and like I already told him, I'm like, I know exactly what he's doing. I know he's engagement farming, right? But at the same time, he has to think about the sentiment towards him. Like, yeah, the engagement's great, whatever, bro, but it's not gonna help him in fucking 6 months when everyone remembers who has fucking helped perpetuating the dumbass shit that's been going on in this space.
Yeah, dude.
It's some broke boy shit,
People
is basically what I'm getting at. Saint, take care of the vehicle. I'll be back.
broke boy shit is not being able to afford any of these fire clones that are getting panic sold because the floor is getting manipulated. The opportunities are there, and if you have the ETH, like you can really cop something good. I mean, we've seen some crazy clones go for under 10 the last couple of days. There's an octo head, like a triple drip Murakami Divine Angel octo head at like 9.9,
I've been
unless it got
looking at
picked
that
up.
actually, man. I
It's
really,
Donna Drip old clone.
oh, bro, it's so
He minted
nice
that
too.
shit. I met him in person, bro, and like he sold it when it was up, bro. He made a good play. But I'm just saying, like, this is prime opportunity. I got some guy in my DMs trying to buy one of my clones for 5.5 ETH. And I'm like, bro, what kind of lowball shit is that, dude? She's
Bro,
trying to buy.
ask him if he thinks you're stupid. That's what you really need to start doing with these people. Because they
Clearly, I'm
really
stupid.
think we're dumb enough to sell our clones.
Oh my god, the floor is down. There's market manipulation. Oh my god, so many crazy things are happening. Let me sell at a massive fucking loss and one of the best projects ever created in NFTs. Oh my god. Sounds like a great idea.
Bro, there's no great ideas on this timeline. You've been seeing this shit that people say, man. They have no common sense. Critical thought is a lost process here.
Bro. I I just can't wait for the engagement farming threads covering the fact that Dot Swoosh and Nike are supporting this artifact, Air Force One Forge. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really excited to see the content that they put
You
out.
think Thread Guy's gonna say that when he's realizing now that I was right? It's not gonna happen. As much as I love the kid, he he's made his
Tag him
bed
in
and he's
that
gonna
post.
lay in it.
Tag him in my post. I
Oh,
put
I
in.
definitely will. Give me a second here. I'm just I'm picking up some wagyus.
I tag. So yeah. I mean, obviously, my post is worded pretty petty, but I. Tevi was like, "Hey, man, we gotta be the bigger road here." But
I
I tag
know.
people. I
I was
tag people
just
that I
about to say
know, bro. Like,
that.
go
Like,
go in my history with the people, and you'll know we banter back and forth, bro. So don't worry. Like
I, I,
bag
I
here, we.
get it, but I get it, but I was like, okay, I mean, that's fine. The people fine, whatever, right? But I feel like, in all seriousness, I feel like I have to say this. I think we're all like, we've been waiting for this moment, right? Like, and we really don't want to smear this moment, like with pettiness. Like, like, yeah, we're kind of being vindicated and everything. And we want the rise to be clean. Like, so as easy as it is to want to kind of go out there and say, hey, told you so, rub people's nose in it and like feel good in the moment and everything, like just don't do it. Like, it's not worth it, because like now you're acting like they did. And so that's why I'm like, we gotta rise above. We gotta just be better and just keep it moving, right? Like, we
Bro,
don't.
have you realized I've been silent this whole time? Because if I'm not that guy, bro. I'll burn this whole bitch down to the ground. I don't give a fuck. That's why I just let the person with the most self control handle this, because I got no self control. I'm about to say some crazy shit to some people, and they don't want to hear from me. Because
Dude,
bro, I broke people over the fucking weekend, and I probably shouldn't have done what I did. But yo, if you're gonna challenge my mental health state, let me put you in a state of zero mental health. How about that? Bro, Wally will never tag me in one of these things because he already knows what the fuck I'll do. I'll burn this bitch down. I told him that when I met him. So that's where I'm at personally.
um I loved the compare and contrast, right? I was like, yo, engagement farmers, here's your content, right? And pointed down to it. And then you had Dre post the same thing, but he was like, let me know if you have any questions. I'll educate you, right? There's like the total difference in posts where Dre is like reaching out to educate. And I'm like, hey guys, here's your content to engagement farm. If you're going to engagement farm negatively, like let's get some positive shit out there. Like hit us with a positive engagement farm. You could still get good engagement with a positive engagement farm, in my opinion. But shout out Dre, bro. Like if he completely did, we did like a compare and contrast thing without even knowing it, and I thought it was hilarious, man.
Yeah, I don't know. There's egos and all that stuff that plays in. They're just gonna be silent or find a way to pivot. But the win that you're really gonna get is just silence, crickets. That's what you're gonna get. And yeah, and you know what? I think it's plenty good. Like, we keep it moving. Now, if somebody comes out and take it upon themselves to try to be misinform and all that stuff, I think that's where we kindly put people on their place and shoot out the facts. And I think you guys are excellent at doing that, and that's what I would keep doing. But
Oh, I only tagged it. I only tagged the people who actually wrote full threads with the claims that CloneX was going to zero, or this was pretty much the end of CloneX, and they were using that dot swoosh video. So they quote tweeted the dot swoosh video, and they said, "This is the end of CloneX. There's no support for Artifact here. Nike is sidelining Artifact." Like, I tagged the three thread writers I engage with a lot anyways. So they knew. They came in and they're like, thanks for remembering me. And Bagholder, me and him always banter back and forth. So if you're gonna quote tweet dot swoosh's video and write a thread about how it's sending CloneX to zero, then it's fair that I tag you in a positive video for Artifact in a dot swoosh video and see what you go about.
absolutely, yeah. Like I said, nothing wrong with that. I'm all for it. Um, just want more making the point of like, yeah, let's just big picture, like try to be the bigger people here moving forward. Obviously, like if you have those relationships and everything, and I know you do compound, like, yeah, that's fun. Like it's good. It's more like for all of us in here, this is a pivotal moment. Like, we want to enjoy it, but we want to keep it classy and keep it moving forward. So yeah, no, I'm excited for the future. I just don't. I think the Bad Take crew and a lot of the clones, that have been here, day in and day out, have kind of projected that image of what the community is about, right? And a lot of people have, gone on a timeline and done a great job at just, fighting with kindness and providing the facts, and we just don't want to shift that image. Is all I'm saying, because it's real easy, and I was definitely looking at my post today, and I had to like check a few things that I wanted to put out there, and thank God for Fairy, because it's cool that she did it, and the way she posted that, because I really wanted to, I wanted to be the guy to be out there, be like, oh, what happened to yeah, Nike, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna leave it alone, because that's not really my style, and
Yeah, it don't have to be your style. But Fairy's post was funny as fuck, and then
yeah, it was
I did the
hilarious.
same. We're the engagement farmers now, bro. Like, why are you not
Yeah,
engagement farmers? It's needed though, bro. Because if you
100%.
let misinformation go unchecked on the timeline, unfortunately, if it goes unchecked and you don't say something about it or correct it or eventually provide the correct information, then you have people in the comments believing this shit, bro. If there's misinformation on the timeline, they go to the comments. Nobody has countered with any other information or corrected the guy. Then guess what? It's just taken as fact, right? And I think it's okay if you're scrolling the timeline, you see some bullshit, like either post the correct information there or correct the misinformation, and move on. But letting like misinformation and fly from people who have big followings ends up getting people fucking hurt, dude. Right? Like I saw it with Wales Post. I followed Wales Post for the next 5 hours after he posted. 15 clones got dumped into the WETH bids after in the comments he was telling people, if you're a smart trader, you're gonna dump into these WETH bids while they're still here. Like if you're a smart trader, dump into these bids. And 15 fucking clones, bro. And like I don't know if they're directly related to his post, but it's weird how many got dumped into that bid at that point. And that's just absolutely irresponsible kind of on his part with such a huge following. But this kind of applies to all big influencers that are either posting bad about, dot swoosh and the Air Force Ones and Nike. If you're going to post misinformation, like be responsible with it and actually do your fucking research, or like we'll throw the right videos under there so that your people see the right stuff at least. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Maybe I got the energy for it. Maybe I won't always have that energy for it, but for right now I do. What's up, Nomics?
Farmernomics reporting for farming. Am I farming? Engagement farm? What are we doing?
Yeah,
I want to
sir, you
farm.
can sit up here and farm. I got a post for you to farm.
Well, what you
Got
said.
some high bells at the top.
Speaking to what you just said, right? He came into your Discord last night, and like there was a lot of like ass kissing on that guy when I walked in, and he kind of seemed like he spoke down to you guys, like he's above you, and you should be like thankful that he gave you some time. The guy's out there rocking an Azuki, shitting on a community of PFPT doesn't own. And then immediately after he comes and talks to you guys, like he writes a post a few hours later that says, "Yeah, these guys are all insecure." That's directed right at you guys. So I put him on my YouTube show and I ripped his fucking shit apart. Like that guy, that's the only way you can do it, guys like that. He's got a platform and he's gonna materially damage a different ecosystem because he doesn't care if he's saying what he's saying is right, right? He said, what was a comment he said? He said, if when they pull this bid,
It-
it's going to zero. And I was like, when? I was
yeah.
like, you think anybody spends 500 fucking ETH to zero out the thing they're holding the most of? Do you know how dumb that sounds? You have to undermine that guy's credibility. He's got a platform, but at the end of the day, people realize he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's actually promoting fear. That has a lifespan. It gets really well known. He's doing that. He's going to kill his whole brand. That's what you do with guys like that. You annihilate his brand and you transfer all the equity of his like fucking clout in the marketplace away from him because he doesn't have any intent of being like a decent person. Like he walked in and kind of told you guys all above board. I really appreciate the conversation, blah blah blah. And then he's in thread with that dude I sent you. Like basically these guys are all fucking
He went straight to the timeline, bro. I saw it. He went straight to the
and shit
timeline.
on you
He
guys.
didn't call it out directly, but he said there's clearly a lot of insecure people that are too overly invested
Right.
out
That was a
here.
direct shot at
He
you.
was
That was a shot at all of you guys
yeah,
after he talked to you. So
I
I
saw
fucking
it, bro.
I put that whole post on the fucking show and like ripped him apart. That guy's a piece of shit because he spoke to you guys all like he meant to do something different. And I was like, that guy's totally gonna go back out and fucking sabotage you. I told you that last night. I was like, you guys should rip his face off. And he's like, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Like that guy's doing what he's doing, and he knows he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's only a nefarious person. If I pretended I knew like heart surgery and then a doctor walked, he's like, that guy's a liar, right? In order to like sell it that I'm like a fake cop or a fake doctor, you have to be a really dishonest fucking person. He knows what he's doing. He's not a good guy.
We had a good conversation right off the bat, and for the most of it, and you walked in kind of at a time that was like someone new had just joined. So like you were here, you both had just joined at the same time, so neither of you had heard the beginning of it. And Dre actually was like, "Hey man, how are you going to rectify this? That's the real question. Like, sure, we talking in the Discord, ain't nobody, there's only 15 of us in here, but the real question is, how are you going to address this on the timeline? Are you going to rectify or post or rectify what you've said or what you've done? That'll be the real question of character. Like, and I don't, I saw him go straight to the timeline and kind of just slightly second-handedly kind of bash us, right? He was like,
He's just like
people are
CT influencers.
over-invested, they're attacking me, all this other shit. I was like, whoa, bro.
The CT influencers of like 2014 and 15, they're the same thing. They ran pump groups, they dumped on people, they'd even flaunt it after they did it. With that guy, when you have smaller accounts, if you pull him into like a little private space and tell him like, hey, I need you to go and tell me and fix X, Y, Z, all you told him is like, we can't stop you. And that's what he walked out with. He's like, good, they don't have any firepower to fucking shut off my message, so now I'm gonna go out there and humiliate them and keep going. You don't do that. You undermine that guy's credibility in a place like, once he put like credit to the other guy for the source of the market maker thing, and you stick directly in that thread, fucking here's the actual source timestamp before you, there's a portion of the people that are not totally retarded following him that will catch on. That's who you can really hope to like capture the perceptions of, right? The dumbest money are the people who are going to lose around him. And you can't save them all, but the smartest people around him are looking, and like 700 people followed me after fucking we put that out there. So there's a portion of people. And if you think about how much I could affect with 4,000 followers, he's absolutely 10 times worse at 40,000. He can smash CloneX. If I can do what I did with 4,000, you don't realize how big the reach of the 40 is, because the bulk of the people following him never talk. You have hundreds of thousands of eyes at the point he's got 40,000 followers you can see. So you have to combat him. He's massively damaging to the ecosystem if we let him just sit out there doing that shit.
The most disappointing part, actually, I ended up going back and I looked at the quote tweets, and it was like, if you go look at the quote tweets, there are a lot of people with even like more reach, right? Their own reach, that have quote tweeted it without actually doing their own research, because they either trust him to do his research or they trust him as fact. And they were quote tweeting him, pushing a narrative that CloneX was in big trouble and they were going to zero without actually going fact checking. You could tell they didn't do anything. They just said, oh shit, look at this, CloneX is in trouble. Go look at the quote tweets. It's actually super
Yeah,
sad.
two decent sized influencers quote tweet that motherfucker. You can't even imagine the interconnected chain of how many eyeballs actually see it, and you don't respond in the thread. You don't see them. Like, you have to kind of extrapolate how many. It's like 10 times more eyes are seeing it than what's responding in the threads. And once a few influencers do it, it's fucking like viral quick.
Yeah, the quote tweets on there are a bunch of people that have just take his word, like word that he had done his research, and they take it and spin it in their way that it's bad for CloneX. And I was like, I was like sick. I was like, what the fuck, dude? They didn't even read the full thread, because they would have seen like our comments in there at least. They didn't, bro. They read like his post, the first two, quote tweeted it. CloneX.
Well, he's part of what's going to bottom structure, right? He's who creates the fucking massive amount of people that don't know Bitcoin's going to come back in 2019 by flooding into the grave that the government will fucking shut it down now. You kind of need him, and he kind of, everyone can't win, right? Everyone can't possibly get in on the clones at the lows, so he's going to create a whole bunch of people who are going to be the buyers of our clones at a later stage in the market. That's just the nature of it, That's why I say you can save the most vigilant and, mentally stable of the people watching him that will take time to think and read what we post and value it. But the people who will react to non-research from him being tweeted by other guys with non-research, I mean, it's a point of value to see his shit. It's still shit. He's just banking on the people more ignorant than him that can't catch him. He's not going to catch anybody that thinks at all. But that's not the bulk of people in markets, So you can try to say what he's fucking like attacking. He's attacking ignorance. But unfortunately, ignorance is the biggest fucking wall of people in the market. Yeah. It's just the nature of things, He's going to create the value proposition where nobody wants clones at a cheap price, and then later they're like, man, I wish I'd fucking not listened to this guy well.
But I explained to him how big his platform was and his responsibility to like actually do his own research rather than copy paste pictures and then just post some bullshit up and then spin a narrative negative to clones down in the comments. And then I showed him the screenshots I have of all the clones that have sold since he posted, right, into the bid that we were talking about. They sold into that 2.5 bid. And I was like, this obviously isn't directly related, but look at the most recent price action of all these clones that are dumping into this bid, and your post is blowing the fuck up, bro. Like, you got to understand that your reach reaches a lot of people, and people trust you, and you're putting out misinformation. Like, that's why we're doing this talk in the Discord right now.
But he knows that. You have to think that his motives really to benefit people or not to pump his brand, and that's the thing. Most of those guys, when they get there and they can get 50 stacks to do an AMA and a coin and stuff, their interest is not to your benefit. Their interest is the position to keep on getting more of that sponsorship. So just because he has a reach doesn't mean he intends to benefit everyone with it. And that's what you're uncovering is he really doesn't.
We're uncovering the intent. Did I cut you off? Are you still there?
No, I just muted it because I had background stuff.
My bad. Yeah, no, I mean, I guess that's what like it's something that I've been tracking for a few weeks. I've seen it. I've seen the shift. I've got screenshots from weeks ago, and it's just kind of unfolded even more that there's the bias, and now it's kind of being like used in a nefarious way, whether he knows it or not. But I think he's a smart
He does. Don't give him the
dude.
benefit of the doubt. Compound, you know he knows it. You know
Yeah.
he does. He's a dick. I might not come across as the nicest guy in the world, but I put out my intel that I understand about markets publicly with no cost. That's to benefit people. Information is like empowerment. I may not communicate the way everyone wants, but I don't go out there to like grandstand and see if you'll just like my post. I just put out valuable info. That's someone that's trying to help you. I don't really care if you like me, but I know what I'm putting out is useful to you. And for the whole CloneX community, the bulk of which doesn't like my persona, I still put it out there. That's what it looks like someone's trying to help you. That guy is just trying to manipulate people who don't know enough to know what he's saying. And he's using fear to then sell it. And people in Azukis that don't like CloneX will eat it up. They want to see the other project fail. That's kind of how that egocentric shit is. So he's really just playing, a role out there, but it's definitely not to help people.
I don't think.
What's
up,
up?
fellow nerds? Just want to come and say hello.
How you doing, man? Nice sneak your fucking soapbox today,
I
G.
appreciate it, man. It was. It came from the heart, Delivered it from the soul, pun intended. No, we talking about the homie Whale. I don't think he's a dick. I think he might be like a little chub. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely trying to. Everybody has motives. Everybody has a brand in this space.
He's just self-interested.
Right.
He's not
But
trying to.
we all have brands in this space, right? And it makes perfect sense for him to put out something that half-assed or ignorant or fear-mongering. He knows what he's doing, right? Like, and even with us having that person-to-person discussion we had in the Discord last night, if he wanted to change it, he could have and he would have. But it just proved, right? One, that a lot of the points that you guys were making about him up to a certain extent were correct. He was just aiming to do that, right? So now that we know these things, we adjust and we move accordingly. But like Tevington said, I don't think it's necessarily has to be something like, let's go ride on this motherfucker. Let's get the whale spears. Let's get it going. We about to get it. Like, nah, like let him sit in that energy that he has. I mean, because it catches up to you. You can't always operate from a place like that, a vibration like that, and think that you're going to, prosper. It doesn't work that way. It's just against natural law. So it is what it is. As long as we continue to put out what we need to put out, the information, the correct information, sharing the light, being there for people, sharing the information, we will get to where we are supposed to be, and it will be solidified within the foundation. Having people like that come around, it's gonna be a dime a dozen, man. It's gonna be tons of little chubs running around trying to do some spillage on things. Let them do what they do, and we're gonna keep doing what we do, and run from there.
I want to say real quick, I do want to say I do appreciate your perspective in this space.
I appreciate you appreciating my perspective. I appreciate your knowledge and information 100%, and I appreciate that you're on our side because you got a little chub in you as well, bro. It sucks.
Bro.
I'm on nobody's side actually, but I do try to help people who are like less educated not get run over by people who do shit like this. But I'm just objective. I don't pick
Well,
sides.
no. Well, let me say I appreciate you being not on our side then at this particular moment. It's much appreciated.
I told Nomix, dude, I'm like, yo, he flipped. He's bullish on clones now. I'm fucking pumped, right? Because yeah, I remember it was like last week that he when he was uncovering all this shit. We had a call and he was like, yo, you ain't gonna believe this shit. I was like, tell me. And I was like, all right, we got Nomix on our side now. We fucking
But
good.
it's just a point in the market that it became a value proposition, right? That's why the timing to be in the bottom is there. I'm just about timing, through data and through population reading and sentiment. So once you had all the pieces with the founders in motion and the FUD and fucking the suppression wall, like I know what the bottoms like many cycles look like. I've been in the market since 1997, and I know the shape of what needs to be there for it to actually bottom. And those parts are now visible.
Yeah, so this conversation, we could beat the dead horse. I think I think that Dre like was pretty clear. You were really clear with him. You said, hey, now we're in a Discord with 15 people. Sure, we're all talking about this here. What will really show us what you're about is how you take this back to the timeline, right? And within that first 30 minutes, I saw what he was saying underneath people's comments. Namek saw it. That's why he came in here saying, how high, like he was very clearly felt like he was in the right, and we were just over invested. What did he say? What was the word? Fucking
insecure and like over
Over
invested, yeah, something
leveraged,
like
something
that.
like that.
yeah, his
Oh.
but so yeah, we've seen that there hasn't been any remedy post or like, hey, a post about, hey, this was a misunderstanding. I could see why this was taken wrong. This is what I meant. I apologize. No, none of that was posted, bro. It was, he went into defense mode and tried to gaslight the people who felt a certain type of way. But when you have 50 people feeling one way, there's probably an issue there, right? Like, but instead he posted like a post that was almost like gaslighting us for being upset with how he was painting clones. So
He
I
just
wasn't fucking.
he weaponized us to make us look stupid and go back and keep doing what he's doing with his like following. That just shows like when he said, when he wrote the statement, like I put on the YouTube today, like when you write the statement, okay, like I'm not like a coder, but I like learned from like Deep a few fucking lines about code, and then I go to Tevi and I'm like, if you don't understand what this means, bro, I can't fucking help you. And then Deep walks in like, bro, shut the fuck up. I just showed you like 10 minutes ago, right? I'd be fucking dead on the spot. Well, he just did that. That's a dick. Only. That's a really dickheaded person. If Dre Mill teaching me how fucking digital shoes work, and I walk in on Austin like, bro, you don't know nothing about no digital shoes, bro. Dre's gonna come in and fucking club me over the fucking head for that. That's just a douche. Just call him what he is. He's a douchebag.
Honestly, I
I
would
take
just retract, right? Because like I said before, we said this a couple spaces ago, right? It's been so many spaces that's happened and they just overlap. But
this was like yesterday.
no, I'm talking about the point that I'm making now. I said this the other night when I put up the post about the joke with my wife and how people took it because of their own personal perspective. And no matter how much you sit and try to explain something to someone else to see your perspective, they can only meet you where they are. So you trying to sit there and beat it, or not saying you, but anyone trying to sit and trying to beat a point into someone else's head, into an individual's head, you're just wasting and your own energy because they can only meet you wherever they are. And apparently this is where he's at. So with that being said, if he's a dick, if he's some balls, if he dick and balls, let him be what he gonna be. Let him be the growing he is, but stay in your cup, bro. Like it's all good. Like I'm not gonna allow you to pull me down to where you are if I know I'm on a different plane, a different frequency, a different vibration. It's all good.
Yeah, it speaks to motive. But just like, and like directly trying to even bother having a Discord if the guy's actually has no intent of really meeting you on any like level,
100%.
and he's gonna talk shit about us after we try to have a cordial convo.
100%.
That's when you recognize that the way to deal with him is not head on. Like any fight fire with fire, we put out better quality of information and a better vibe that makes people gravitate our way. I put out like the minutia of like what really goes on in market making, and compounding yourself, run a vibe that I think more people want to be part of than that toxic shit he's doing.
That's exactly my point from earlier, right? It's, people with integrity will have integrity, and those who don't won't, right? And you can, as time goes on, like that differentiation is going to become a lot more clear. And also, I mean, FUD only it does have a like an expiration date, right? Like you can run FUD in a vacuum when there's no data available. Once data becomes available and it's clear as day, it makes it really hard to run any kind of narrative, right? So people don't forget. So I think if you put the right vibes out, put the right information, eventually people catch on. And then how, you can't control what somebody else does, but you can control how you react to it. And we can always choose to, to be positive and put good energy out, or get petty and go into the gutter. All I'm saying is we should rise above. And that's what everybody's saying tonight, right? To some extent, I think we should just rise above. And at the end of the day, he's only damaging his brand. And even if he does like keep a following or whatnot, those are not people you want in here anyways. So, and that's fine, right? And that's really what it comes down to. The space is like where actually we keep saying the space, but like the world is massive, and if you have 20,000 people, 30,000 people, 40,000 people that want to follow whatever, that's on them. Like, we're talking millions of people that we're trying to that are going to find this eventually over time. We're talking about a new way of doing business. Again, it's on a whole completely different scale, and the opportunities that come along with it are massive, way beyond Twitter and thread guys that can't see past their own nose. And so that's what I'm like, you got to choose where you want to put your energy, and and how you deploy it. And I feel like Bad Take and everybody in here has been doing that in the most positive way possible, and we should keep doing that.
Hey, Compound, I see something.
For both, bro. What if you got time for both? No, I'm just playing. What's up, CloneX?
Check this out. Remember we first started talking about this? We talked about the CloneX Suzuki ratio. It was over 7, remember?
Yeah.
You know where it's at right now?
8.
5.39.
Wait, so what happened?
Fucking Azuki's have already begun to drop in terms of CloneX, motherfucker. It's exactly what I told you when those guys tried to shit on us. I think that's the high of fucking Azuki versus CloneX. They came from sub 1, and they were just over like 7.1 when we were having that convo. I'm like, right there. That's exactly when CloneX flipped, and they were shitting on fucking Goblin Town. They started to dump in terms of Azuki. They're down fucking like 2 points. Dude, they're down fucking over 20% in terms of clones. That movement's already happening right now then. You watch things like that, right? You tell when like fucking it's a good idea to be in golds versus stocks. It's a good idea to be in clones versus Azukis, right? Azukis are actually technically dumping in terms of clones right now.
Oh yeah,
That's a good thing.
All right. What's up, Chevy?
Yeah, the other thing I was gonna say, right, is I think it's also important to remember that every community is gonna have a few people that don't represent the entire community. So I think we want to be careful too on like just representation and just keeping that in mind. Like I said, you can't stop the shine that clones are gonna have moving forward. Like, you can try. And that's why I'm honestly, the petty side of me is excited about, how do people come out and try to FUD this? I think it's going to be very interesting and entertaining to watch. But that's again, the petty side of me. But the reality is you can't stop it. And you're either going to have to join or get out of the way. Those are the only two options. So
I say this a lot though, Tevi, and I do appreciate, this is kind of the conversation I had with Snap, and I appreciate both you and his outlook. It's more of a passive kind of like, just let these things happen and just kind of sit back and chill. But sometimes you have to fight fire with fire, and this is just me personally, right? And if you have the energy to do it, right? But I do believe, sure, you can kind of let things roll, but there's only so long that fucking clones are going to be punching bags, and then I'm going to let it fly on the timeline, right? And I'm not going to let misinformation continue to go throughout the timeline, because clones have been an easy target to just take a screenshot of the floor price, say clones are going to 0, artifact ain't doing shit. Like, it's been too many times now that I've encountered it. So I'm at the point now, if you see me putting in energy countering this stuff, just know that I do have the time to do it, and I'm not like, I'm doing it because I got that kind of time. And if you guys want to, if you want to be passive on like these misinformation posts, it's fine too. But I have no problem with
Compound
correcting some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me clarify what I mean. Right.
Sometimes you got to go to war, Tevi, but
there are
some really good people in that community, though.
Let me clarify what I mean, because I think, so to be 100% clear, I think what you've been doing and how you've been kind of like, putting the information out there is on point, right? Like, I think that's, I've enjoyed watching it. I fully support it. I think that needs to happen. What I'm talking about is not putting, like, if somebody doesn't like today was a great day, right? Like, we felt good about it. I'm saying, like, let's not put petty threads out there is what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying that we did that or that you did that or that anybody did that. I'm just saying, let's take a step back, and like marvel in the moment. And it's again super easy to want to go and have a little bit of fun is cool, but like let's not stoop to that level, regardless of how people act. Now, if people step out of their lane and come at us, right, like that's different. I think that's different, and that's where we respond. And again, you have been a champion at that.
Oh yeah. It's all responding though, but it's all responding to people stepping out of their lane. I don't purposely go out
Yeah,
to post some shit. It's all responses to people who have like blatantly stepped out of their lane to say CloneX is going to zero or FUD, just purely for engagement, right? So,
and that's why I want to
that's
make
the
sure
only
that's
reason.
super clear to you. Like, yeah, I'm not calling you out. I'm not saying you're doing. I'm just saying like I fully support everything we've been doing. I'm just saying like we're at that inflection point that it's really easy to cross that line and be like feeling like now we're feeling vindicated and we want to go, and not that anybody has done that, right? So just to clarify that, that's where I'm coming from of like, like that temptation is going to be there. um but I do agree that we have to correct people. Like the time that you wouldn't go in and say anything and just kind of like let it fly because you don't want to spark the fire, I think that's over. We just got to be smart about how we respond and how we address it. That's all I'm saying, right? So I want to make sure I make that distinction here so it's not taken the
It's
wrong way.
definitely a difference
It's
between being passive, passive aggressive, or providing facts. Once you provide facts to someone who comes up and decides to just spew some dumb shit, what can they say, right? If they respond to the facts, it educates them so they can no longer speak that ignorance. But if they continue to choose to do that, then it's nothing else to be said. The conversation is over. I already gave you the facts. You just choose to have selective hearing and pay attention to what you want to pay attention to. And it's the difference between that and being passive. Like, I don't think we should just, there's no more time for people just to talk and allow them to just go off the side of their neck. Like the post with Drew earlier, right? Talking and he spewed out some BS, and I came and corrected him. Yo, don't, that's not the truth. Speak the truth. Either you can speak the truth or I can speak the truth, but the truth will be spoken, right? And he shut down and blocked everybody because he knew what it was. That's the same type of thought process that we apply to this situation. I say we apply to these situations. Like, supply the facts, the undeniable facts, and then continuously starting an argument with these people who just choose to be ignorant. Then, you know, you heard it before. OG once told me, never argue with a fool because from a distance you can't tell who is who. You sit up there arguing with a fool, you start looking like a fool, right? And you wasting your time and energy. That's all I'm saying. That's the point that I'm making. It's not about being passive. It's just correct it and keep it trucking. Keep it growing.
Yeah, you put it a lot more eloquently than I did, but that's exactly my point, right? That's what I'm getting at, because it's really easy to want to keep talking and going deeper and deeper and deeper into it, and then it's like it's not conducive, and really all that does is like provide more engagement, and that person doesn't really care what you're saying. They're just happy that you're saying something, and that's it, right? So
And also take it like this too. Like, I appreciate this situation with Will because up until this point, I looked at him in a different light, but he showed me who he is and what he's about. So I'm thankful to receive that information because now I can make a solid judgment or a solid move based off of his actions. Whenever somebody shows you who they are, trust and believe them and thank them for that. Like, oh, damn, I believe that you were more level-headed than this at one point because you showcased that brand of level-headedness to me previously. But it really shows that you like to be a little chubby around here. That's cool. Chub away, my guy. But it lets me understand where I stand and make a better educated decision on where I want to go. It's chess. Show me your moves. I'm 2, 3 moves ahead of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And let me keep it moving. I'm not going to sit here and be upset at you for you being a chub. That's on you. Embrace that.
Dude, I last time this kind of issue happened, with him, and I confronted it like head on the timeline, or like was talking about it in the groups. A lot of people didn't believe me. They're like, oh, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, nah, dude, like I think it's just this one time. And I'm like, no, dude, it's been coming. And I got some DMs from people going, hey man, just want to let you know that like you were right about, how he's been acting, and now I see what the fuck you were talking about. Like this one. So you're right, Dre. So maybe this post was necessary, right? Because beforehand, I might have just looked like the crazy guy who was, had a conspiracy theory about how he was acting towards clones. But this post lit it up. Like, there you go, guys. This is what I've been telling y'all. Like, I've been on him about this shit for a while now, and he went public with it, and you guys all got to see it. So you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe it was good. It
You
exposed.
you were right. I do have to say that because you and I, we were talking in the DMs about it, and you kept showing me, hitting me with the evidence. No, look at this. Check this out. Look at this one. No, this is this. I'm like, maybe, I don't know, maybe. But you were right. So I appreciate you. And one thing for real, you are good at that, man. You are good at understanding exactly and catching. You're good with collecting the data and the information
Well, I can
and
sense
providing it.
I can sense when somebody's being ingenuine, right? Like you can sense when somebody has a certain tone, even through text sometimes, but or on voice, when they've switched their tone, right? You sense that stuff, and I sensed it a while ago, dude. And I've just been following it and watching it, but it wasn't until this post that it was very clear and obvious. So yeah, right. Maybe it was good he posted. Now I don't look like crazy fuck. What's up, Jerry?
What's up, fam? Happy Friday. Or
Happy
Saturday.
Friday, bro.
Or Saturday.
Oh, let me go get my computer. I'm gonna go outside. All right, what's up, bro?
Yo, yeah, I just hopped up because you were calling me out for being in your DMs, apologizing, bro. So I just felt like I needed to come
call
up and
you out,
confess,
bro. I didn't
before
call you
everybody.
out.
I'm kidding. I mean, you did indirectly, right? You just didn't name me. So I wanted to come up here and get the credit for going in your DMs and saying, you know what, Compound, you were right, man, because that guy is just being a tool bag. So anyway, cool, man. You were right. You were picked up on it. Super recon compound. That's what I call you. You're recon compound.
I swear you need a clone with a sheriff's hat, man, because you are like the sheriff of the town.
Well,
bro.
dude, honestly, Seed down there, I don't know if he's still listening. He started this FUD Fighter group a while ago. It was like 6 of us in there, but they're like tracking sentiment. Like they share posts in there that are kind of off towards CloneX, and we just kind of keep track of it to see who's like trying to push a specific narrative. So it's been getting shared in there for a while, like his post specifically, and so we've been tracking that in there. So shout out Seed, and there's a few other people that are in there that kind of keep track of people who are pushing a specific narrative against clones, just so that we can keep them in memory. Like, oh, yep, we remember when you said this, this, and this, and it kind of makes sense why now. There's a reason behind it. So we can change the subject, dude. I'm just stoked on the Air Forces. I do I need to get the Genesis Paradry? Because those are the ones that I'm now having FOMO about because of the Vanta Black.
I mean, you ask me, man. The answer is always yes. If you're coming to me, I think you should maybe ask somebody else. I think maybe you should go somebody who's more level-headed when it comes to these subjects. Maybe ask Anya. She might give you the breakdown.
The Mint Maxi, bro. You're asking the Mint Maxi if you should get some shoes, bro.
100%. 5 pair deep yesterday. Less than 24 hours ago. And I'm still yeah.
Why are me, Baron, and Nomix the only one in the Discord video right now, bro? Come kick it and watch the sunset.
Nomix and I had a heart-to-heart.
Come watch the sunset with us. If you got a laptop in front of you, hop in the Discord, get the video on. I got the sunset plan. We're doing bad take sunset vibes. Don't be scared. Turn your camera on. Every clone I've ever met is good looking. And I got my camera on, so you definitely can get your camera.
I got oh boy. I got multiple sound sources coming here. What the fuck was I gonna say? Never mind. Can't even remember. Oh, I got my hoodie linked up, and I just love seeing the words Tier 5 asset.
Tier 5 asset? What is that? That's the hoodie?
Yeah.
Yo, Nomix, your setup in your office is super dope, dude. All the lasers.
You can't see what's going on.
Lasers on.
Yeah. Is that actually lasers or is that a background?
Now his lasers are on.
That's cool. You see mine? This
Yeah.
is actually a green screen behind me, bro.
Yeah, we're in the same place basically.
This is this is a green screen. Technology's crazy. It's AI powered green screen. Yeah, if you ain't in Discord video while on Spaces, you guys just aren't about it. You don't just talk about it, be about it. You know what I mean?
If you're not your fucking clone in the fucking video, you're not really a clone.
Ain't
You're
none of,
dumb.
I'm
Why am I the only
IRL.
clone? Why am I the only actual clone in this call right now, bro?
I don't know, bro, because my Google and
Because we're all
Discord.
delegators and don't know how to do it on our own.
Yo, I'm out here IRL. You know, I'm Compound the Human right now on video. Shout out Jerry. Say your name for a little bit. We got 7 people in here. We're gonna turn Dre into Discord mongrel too. We tag him and stuff in there. People asking him question about sneakers. He just isn't even checking.
Bro, man, I have been anti Discord for quite some time because I spent so much time in this app. It's like, oh, I got to switch over to the next app to check more messages, to switch over to my Messenger app to check those messages, and check my Telegram to make sure Fit Club is cool. Then I got to jump into WhatsApp to set up a meeting, and it's like, bruh, fuck all of this. I like Twitter because I can stay in the one place, right? The group chats was there, the messaging is there, the timeline is there, but now I gotta skip back and forth and check everything simultaneously. It's like it begins to get too much.
Just make them your 2 pinned apps, dude. And it's just easy to pop back and forth. I have the Discord on my computer. It's Yeah, Baron actually came in earlier and he's like, "Yo, I think y'all are gonna make me a Discord maxi because this shit's a vibe." Or he was just tired of the shit on the timeline. I don't know.
Either or.
Yeah, just a little bit more insulated in that Discord chat. But yeah, no, I mean, dude, a tier 5 asset, it just, for me, it's like when we saw that inventory app kind of teaser, they were flipping clothes on and off those clones. And as they did it, the clone score increased or decreased based on the clothing item that was put on. So I would expect that you probably have like human robot would be, tier, like you'll have different tiers associated with the DNA's, clothing that it came from. What that accomplishes by being more rare, and and how that powers you up, and what it powers you up for, I have no fucking clue. Maybe it has to do with incubation. Maybe it has to do with, who knows? But either way, the fact that like the clothes will have digital value beyond just the clothing, the physical clothing themselves is, obviously a part that I wanted to see out of this project. So that's dope.
I'm in Little Tokyo, and every time I get down here, my phone starts to rug. But I wanted to get Watcho up here. I added him to the stage. What's good, Watcho?
I got a pin up top for you guys if you
Yo,
need
what's
it.
up, everybody? All right, so I was a clone holder previously, right? I sold my last clone when it was at like 5. The floor was like 5 ETH or 4 ETH actually. I had a demon and I sold it for like 5.5, and after that, I just got rid of most of my artifact assets. So I just wanted to ask you guys, aren't you upset of like all the different projects that they have released with like and nothing has been delivered yet? Because I was really upset, and I just want to know what you guys think. Like, I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just like really curious to know like what are your guys' thoughts on what's happening with Artifact, because I feel like they released a bunch of projects, but they haven't delivered anything to the holders.
What time did you join Artifact? For you to say they haven't delivered anything to the holders, it would kind of be like I would need to know what kind of time frame like you're talking about. Like if you joined Artifact at a time after airdrops and after things were given to holders, then I could see that sentiment.
I joined after the I don't know like the exact time, but I know it was after the monolith drop.
After which monolith? The first one?
No, the second. I
Monolith 2. So
I
you
mean,
got
what wasn't
Monolith,
the
have the Monolith?
wasn't the I thought that the first, like, when you got the first one, after that you got the second one inside of that, right?
Yeah, so there was the first one. Outside of it came the crypto dunks in a
Yep.
vial, plus the second one, right?
Yeah. I mean, I bought all of those assets. I thought I was gonna get something from them, but
So you bought a clone and then you bought a monolith, or you
no,
got a
I
monolith
got
from
I
the
got
clone?
the kicks, I got the Monolith 2, and I got a bunch of vials.
Oh, you bought them
Yeah, I
separate.
bought them separate, but I feel like I got rugged, if I'm being honest.
So when did you buy the clone then?
I bought it recently when it was at like 5 ETH floor.
Oh, so after the
Yeah,
Animus
after
drop?
the Animus. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you kind of had bought the assets in between the airdrop, so you actually were paying for them rather than receiving them. So I can see why your sentiment's that way.
But
So I
I
understand that
I
actually.
mean, bro, I bought them either way, even if I got them for free or not. But I feel like those products haven't even been delivered to us. Like Animus, we're still waiting on something. Everyone thought it was gonna be like quarter one of the year that we were getting something. Then the crypto kicks, we haven't gotten anything from them. No updates, nothing. We're still waiting if we're getting physical items, if we're getting a digital version, or what are we getting from that. Then
Yeah,
all the merch, I ordered merch, right? Because I love getting merch from NFT projects, especially Artifact, which I used to like a lot. I got the merch from that. It was supposed to be delivered on January, if I'm not mistaken. Then I got those kicks, like the Air Force Ones, right?
yeah.
That's gonna happen on the 24th, but we don't even know like how long is it gonna take for those to get to us.
So your concern is time frames, right? And I think
Uh,
that's something that we've all voiced as well. Like we've all voiced that we want some like information maybe on the dunks and we want some information on the vials. It sounds like you purchased a lot of the NFTs in between airdrops, so you do kind of feel slighted, like you weren't given anything for free, and I understand like your sentiment there. But season one clothing is out to ship here soon, and the Air Force forging is in about 4 days. The delivery time on those, I think the quarter four, so in 2 more quarters, not the next one, I believe is
yeah,
what they said. I think someone can confirm that for me. So,
Yeah,
dude, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I understand your sentiment. I understand why you're upset because you did buy a clone and then you ended up selling it lower. But to say that they haven't delivered anything to holders is kind of a reach, and I think you're more so talking about yourself personally, just because of the timing of when you bought in, and that's okay, dude. It's all right to feel that way, but to say in general that they haven't delivered
I,
anything to holders is a little off in my
I,
opinion.
I
But
I
I
mean,
understand your sentiment.
if I'm being honest, I have friends who minted the project and they were holding it, and they feel like they got rugged from Artifact.
Well, if you were to sell your airdrops like when you received them throughout the entire time, you could have pocketed at least 20 ETH. There was a point when Monolith was pumped to 13, 14 ETH. The space pods were almost 2.5, 3 ETH at one time. The loot pod was over, 1 ETH. Like, there were opportunities to sell, but if you took profits, you may not like have been as slighted. But I understand if you held them the whole time, you could feel some type of way. But that's all like kind of comes down to personal responsibility and kind of taking profits on things that are given to you for free. Even though if you don't want to, I kept everything too, bro. Believe me, I got airdropped everything and I still have it. I recently sold some things to buy another clone. Like I rather double down on the clones. But
Yeah,
like your friends were in a better position than you, and for them to tell you that they're upset because they made the decision not to take profit, it's a little bit of a reach. Whereas you're actually in the situation where you purchased the NFTs and you would like some updates on them. I think you sold them now, but so I understand your frustration, but don't let your friends try to tell you that it's the world's like it's Artifact's fault they didn't take some profits on the free things that they received. Like that's unfair for them to try to put that on you, bro. Or like at least tell you that.
I got another question for you guys.
Yeah, dude, we're here.
What's like your sentiment on all the like the merch that we got? That's it's like it's not even similar to the 3D renders that we got.
Well, there were a couple examples where people put on the timeline that didn't look similar, but for the majority, 9% of the merch was spot on and actually looks fire, bro. And I think the two things that were painted in a bad light had been corrected with the actual lookbook. Like, well, we can shoot the link to you of the
I mean,
lookbook.
they
Go
they
in
all
there.
look different though. I feel like all the shoes look different, and they don't look as good as they used to look in the render. So I don't know. I
That's
feel
not
like
true.
I think the shoes look even better in real life, man. I think the renders didn't give them justice, in my opinion. But we both can have our own opinions. You know what I mean? I'm coming from a biased, like bullish artifact sentiment, and you're coming from like a bearish sentiment. So our opinions are going to be a little different. But that's fine. That's how you have
I
conversation.
mean, if I'm being honest, I feel like I'm not. I don't have like a bearish sentiment. I feel like I have like a. I don't know. I feel like because I didn't take a no on Artifact. I didn't take a no on any of them because I was constantly trading them. So I was fortunate enough to not take a no on all my assets. But I just feel like
You feel
come
slighted, bro. I know the feeling. You feel kind of like let down. You had these big hopes, and some shit happened, and you feel let down. Like a lot of people feel that, but I think we've been able to work past that and kind of build together as a community, knowing that the shit is getting fixed and things are turning around. Like I've bought two clones now in the last couple months because I'm bullish long term on the project. But I understand where you're coming from 100%, dude, and I think that come in here and kick it with us, dude, and your sentiment will change on Artifact. You're welcome in here anytime, bro.
yeah. All right, thank you.
Hey,
But
I just wanted to quickly answer a question, though. I don't want you to dip before your question gets answered from the first part that you were speaking to, which is the shoes. The
Yep.
period that they're going to be minted, or sorry, forged, the forging event, which starts on the 24th of this month, right? And then it ends on May 8th. And they're giving people enough time to be able to ask the questions that they want, decide if they want to buy any more, and then go for it and have all that time. And then the delivery date is estimated for the end of the year on the shoe. And it's we're already seeing some of the seed shoes go out to people on the timeline, and so like the physicals are they're going to be ready to go. And I wouldn't even say because it's a long time between now and like the end of the year, especially when we're measuring it on NFT time. Everything's going
Yeah.
to move fast. It's like a week is a year. But I will say that some of the weight also encompasses they're taking in a lot of the suggestions from the community. If there's anything that's hiccup wise, like they're giving themselves a lot of room to be able to say like, hey, so and so, you sent in your address and the contact information is CryptoDickButt69, and that's not your real name, so we need you to fix that. And then they make all those corrections, and spanning over collection is going to be thousands of pieces going out for these shoes. It's I think it's like AF1's, how many is it? It's like something over like 10,000. And that's a lot to count for, and so that's why they're giving themselves that much room on the dates. So just to clarify for you on that question.
All right, thank you for that. Thank you for that clarification. What I always thought that Artifact should have done is just offered a refund for like all the items that don't look like that don't look IRL like they look in the 3D render. I think that would be fair for everyone who bought their items and are not satisfied with them.
Did you buy any?
Yeah, I did.
do you still have them?
Yeah, I do. I have 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
What'd you get?
Do you have the Genesis hoodie by any chance?
The
People about
what?
to buy this shit from you, bro.
Do you have the
Yeah.
Genesis hoodie by any chance?
The one with the QR on the back?
No, not the AR hoodie. The one with from season 1 that has the vial on the back and says CloneX in big letters up front. Do you have that one?
Was that the? I gotta check which ones I ordered because it was like a long time ago. I don't even remember. I know
Okay,
I got
so
I know I got like long sleeve, short sleeve shirts, a hoodie, socks, and a hat, if I'm not mistaken.
all right. So here's what I'm gonna say. If you go back and you double check your stuff and you have the Genesis hoodie, the season 1 Genesis hoodie, hit me in my DMs. We should talk.
All right, I got you then.
Let me ask you a question too while you're up here. I see you got your questions up. I got a question for you. So you say you jumped in around January of this year?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact time when I jumped in.
Okay. Yeah. And you saw it already, and you jumped into meme land.
Yeah.
What made you jump into meme land?
I mean, I bought meme land when potatoes were like 0.5 ETH.
So you just capitulated and jumped into this project thinking it was a better project. I got you. So what is it that made you want to jump into meme land in the first place?
I don't know. I just like the concept. I like the art. I was always in the I was talking with like people in the community who were trying to grant their to get like the free what is the name of this, the free potatoes, right? Because they were a free mint. And then my with my cousin, we actually went for an MVP.
That's what made you jump in. Okay, so what's the promise that meme land has for you that makes you want to be a part of the project?
The token, the future of the project, because they're trying to build like an ecosystem for creators, basically.
To do what?
To get rewarded for their content. That's what I feel like they're trying to do.
Have they done anything as of yet? Have you received anything from meme land as of yet?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, well, which was what?
Captains.
Did you take profit on captains, or did you keep them?
No,
Aren't they pumped kind of hard right now?
What's that?
Aren't they pretty high floor right now?
Yeah, they're at like 80 ETH right now.
You got 2 of them?
I got 6 of them.
Oh shit! You haven't taken no profits?
Nope.
Oh shit!
So your gripe is that
what's that?
I mean,
I bought a bunch of potatoes. I sold them, and I'm breaking even on all my meme land assets.
So you're looking forward to being more so trading the assets than actually holding or utilizing the assets, and that's what the quarrel is with Artifact and CloneX. You don't feel like it was a good trade for you?
I mean, I was gonna hold them, but I feel like they just did like a bunch of stuff, and they never ended up delivering the final product. That's what I feel happened with them.
But for you to buy into two timetables, though, I mean, it's just his time horizon, right? That's different.
100%. That's what I'm saying. For you to buy in at January and not really have the time to have anything delivered to you, right? And meme land and potatoes haven't really delivered anything else either. You don't think that's coming from a biased opinion that has to do around floor price sentiment?
Of which one? Of meme land or
meme land, right? Like in the post that you're making, with the fuck CloneX and floor price and all of that stuff. You don't think that has to do with floor price sentiment, that opinion that you hold for it?
I honestly think it doesn't.
Their timetable is years. Your timetable is a few months.
I just think I'm very disappointed with like with the whole like CloneX project, if I'm being honest.
But can it be a perspective where your timetable is a few months and their build-out timetable is years? It's just a matter of your patience, right? It's a bias that you have. I mean, it's not absolutely right. Right? I mean, people here have a different timetable on it. They're not disappointed, so they're not looking at it from the perspective.
I don't know. I feel like if we ask a bunch of people outside of CloneX, they're gonna be disappointed.
Well, I also feel like a lot of
outside of CloneX know even less. That's not a good judgment.
It's the information that goes along with the project, right? Like, a lot of the things you're saying, it sounds like the same opinions that you hear around people who have no true idea what the ecosystem is about and what the project is even about. So in even asking other people their opinion, that's just exactly what it is, their opinion. I'm asking you because of the sentiment that you hold and the replies that you placed on the timeline and things of that nature. Yeah. So it's basically just, it seems like, if you're not happy, you're not happy. I get it. But at the same time, if you're happy with your moves and you're happy with meme land and your potatoes and things of that nature, I mean, what's the point of even trying to degrade it to someone else? If it's fuck CloneX for you, then why not hold that in for yourself and be happy with what you got? Sound like you got a winner right now with your potatoes, right? You got 8 captains and all of that stuff. What makes you want to go out and scream fuck something else that some other people who might be enjoying just because you moved on from it?
Because I don't know. I feel like people gotta open their eyes on CloneX and like maybe put some pressure on the founders of CloneX. That if that would happen, and I started seeing them like make good announcements, tell good things to the community, start to deliver what they already built, then I would, like, my opinion would change.
If you could be fair though, right? Isn't it just a matter of differential between your perspectives from January till now and like my perspectives from January last year till now, and what I seen delivered along the way in assets and what they have delivered? If you
It,
have patience from here, couldn't your perspective change and it really just be a pocket bias you've got?
I mean, it could be, but at the same time, it's like hold on, my dog's like, I don't know what's going
As
on.
long as it could be, that's all that you need to like think about, right? It's not an absolute.
I
Right
mean,
now, like the reason Joy Mill can say what he says is he's just been around longer and he understands the brand way better, and he understands the timetable for the technology to happen, and he understands a lot more of it than even I do.
I mean,
I don't understand branding like that, but I get that the timetable is longer than most people have the patience to wait for.
yeah. If I'm being honest, I feel like the community needs to apply some pressure to the founders of the project.
They have.
Well,
That's what
Hey,
those guys
let
are
me,
putting
I,
back
let me
takedowns to
I'm,
right to
I'm, I'm,
pieces.
I'm, I'm not
Namek,
really sure because I feel like every time I read something about CloneX, they're like praising Benito.
Yo, is this the same
can
kind
I
of
jump in
research
here
as
real quick, please? Can I jump in? I just have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my question to you is: would you feel the same right now if the floor was at 8 ETH, like your potatoes?
Are they delivering something, or are they building? Are they active with their community?
Before
Uh,
we even get to that,
okay.
if the floor was at 8 ETH, nothing changed, would you feel the way that you do?
Yeah, I think I would if
Okay.
the founders were not there.
Okay.
That
Well,
that's how I felt about Doodles when they were at 6 ETH.
all right, that's cool. I mean, that's an interesting take because it was just midweek this week that I was talking to Zap about what anime he likes. Today we got the announcement with Swoosh, Nike shouted out CloneX. Next week we're forging. Um, there's a new not a marketplace, but a new website that was created for to showcase creators. You were talking about the potatoes and the fact that they're putting stuff out for their creators and kind of pumping up creators and everything. And I feel like that's what Artifact is doing with the 3D files and all the education that they're putting out there for clones, for creators, showcasing their artwork. Um, Actually, the Space Trip collection that was released, if we go back a little bit in time, was all about propping up new creators, right? And so it's interesting to me that all the things that you've pointed out about the potatoes and some of the other projects that you were in are exactly what Artifact is delivering on in real time right now. There's definitely an argument to be made about timelines, and I think Nomics and Dre hit on that as well, where this project definitely is more thought of in years versus next week and next month. Um, but to date, I think for all the things that they've said they would deliver on, they have to some extent, and what they haven't delivered on, it's starting to roll out. I don't know if you heard about the game at the end of the month here, where they'll be showcasing all of the Air Force Ones. They'll be talking about Animus. Um,
yeah, that's
does,
my question.
does any of that ring a bell to you, Bullish?
Did any of the Animus thing and all the Air Force stuff?
Yeah, the website for the creators. Any of that? Were you aware of any of that stuff by any chance?
I was not aware of that.
The creator
I,
economy that CloneX has,
I,
the
I was aware of everything going on with like the Air Force Ones, but I was not aware with all of that.
Yeah.
Like,
So
But
I guess that's my point, right? It's like, and I think it's important to kind of don't just take what people tell you at face value, right? And it's like if you're truly interested in the ecosystem, I think the fact that you came in tonight, honestly, shout out to you for coming in and kind of trying to get the temperature of the water and feel that out. But before my recommendation to you, right, and take it for what it's worth, I'm just a voice on the internet. But before making absolute statements of like they haven't delivered, they're not here with their community, all of that stuff, I think it's important to actually, be here with the community, and hear and get the facts for yourself, right? Because that's frankly the quickest way to for lack of a better term, piss people off. But this crew, I mean, like everybody in here is about educating and helping people understand like what's really happening, and that's what we've been focused on, to be honest. So yeah, no, I'm actually glad you came in and that we can help at least provide some context. I'm not hoping to change your views or tell you that you should buy a clone or whatnot. But
All right, clone.
if you care about the creating and all that stuff, this is the project. Now, if you're looking to just flip and make a profit, short term, this might not be it for you. I think you have the right play with the potatoes.
I want to
This
ask
might be the right play for you, actually.
and where we're at right now too is like Bev and them make tools to make it easier for people like who are like computer inept to get to use their 3D files and rig your clone up and pose it and start to do stuff. It's entering a different era where different people are going to derive different values from this thing, right? Like for me, I used the AR guy to make a show around this dude, and I rebranded myself as a really damaging brand attack. And this thing has earned me back 3 times what I paid for my clone. So how you utilize it too is like an unforeseen thing. Just sitting out waiting for someone to pump your bags. Yeah, I could see how that would be like and not seeing the value in it. But these guys are telling you all different kinds of like perspectives on value propositions in here, from animus and what they're doing with that to the ability as entertainers to take these clones and use them in our businesses. That's going to become more prevalent too as Web3 becomes more dominant. People are going to use these things in different ways. So like again, it's years you got to wait for this because you're waiting for the tech to get to a place that this becomes more usable and adoptable by people who have lesser skills in the computer world. And it's happening. That is happening.
Maybe the only thing I will add, and sorry, Anya, to jump in front of you. The only thing, other thing I would add is just recently, Artifact actually announced a partnership with NVIDIA, right? And so working through that and AI, bringing AI and being able to use AI to animate your clone and all that stuff. So that's another, when you think about the gaming and the fact that all these assets are actually in-game ready to some extent, you can see what some of the community members are doing with Fortnite and building different islands and bringing some of that stuff in. So there's a lot under the surface. I think that, again, if you take the time to research a little bit, you realize that, what is appealing and attracting you other places is exactly what is actually happening here on a grander scale. And that's rolling out. But I don't know about the potatoes. I don't know what they have going on. But from everything you said, again, for what has you interested there, I think if you dig here a little bit deeper, you might realize that a lot of that stuff is happening and might be of interest to you, right? So again, kind of do your own research.
What's up, Bullish?
So I was gonna say, I mean, I would be interested I feel like if there's some more pressure applied from the community to the founders of the project for them to deliver what they already created. I mean, Animus. I mean the season 1 things. I know they're gonna be there. I don't know if they started shipping them or what. And the crypto kicks and vials, because I feel like we're all waiting for an answer. If they change this, like I thought the project was going to be completely different, like 6 months ago or a year ago. I don't even remember, but my sentiment was different because I thought the founders were trying to, like, we're gonna deliver like different things to the holders of the project. But I mean, if they make a change on that and the community changes and applies some more pressure on the founders, then I can definitely change my perspective on clones again.
He's right about the kicks. I agree with him on that. A lot of people like, what in the world? They should finish that. That would bring back a lot of confidence for just that to get done. So I think he's right on that.
Hey, Bullish, I got a question. You knew that the clones had 3D files, right? And that we have the strongest creator platform in all of Web3. We have these best creators in all of Web3. You at least knew that, right?
Yeah, you can look at my profile. I was actually playing around with the 3D files.
Okay, dope. Yeah, so they've further supported creators, man, and they've made a bunch more tools since your departure. And so, yeah, this is the most creator-centric project there is. I know that's what you're bullish on with Memeland, and they're doing good currently on the floor, and your bags are up. But creator-wise, there's no match than an Artifact, man. I think everybody else made some really good points too. Yeah, I'm glad you came in, man. You're gonna get some information. Let's jump to Anya.
Yeah, I just really quickly wanted to say that regarding the creative side with having 3D files and everything, we were on a space, I want to say maybe like 2 weeks ago, and the founder of, I think it was, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting now because I was just running around watering my plants. We were just talking to him, and he was saying how it would be massively expensive for them to go back and do the same thing that Artifact has done for the clones, and to be able to give those 3D files for their avatars. That going backwards and doing that, it would cost them too much to have to implement that kind of an incentive to their holders, and that it is just something that we have rarely seen, and most especially a lot of the top projects still don't currently have. CryptoPunks don't have that ability, the Bored Ape Yacht Club or the Mutant Apes, they don't have those either. I think there are a lot of people that are really hoping that the projects will take it that way. I think there was a teaser even back from Mizuki's in January or February of last year, that said, hinted to the fact that they were going to implement something similar of that, like, the avatars are going to be, functional in a similar way that we have. We have fully rigged identities that can, as soon as they make it available for us to plug and play our avatar that has become our digital identity, we can put it in anything. Like Roblox says the word, and we can put our clones in Roblox. Like PlayStation 2 games can, as soon as they say, hey, we can like start letting clones come in there, and like there's some pretty open options here. However, there's a lot of, I'm sure, discussions over legal stuff and all kinds of things, which is the way. And a lot of the things that we have seen, especially the slowdown, right? Because there's not a ton of maybe new news that's been coming out because of the promises that are needing to be made on and fulfilled, right? Tasks need to be completed before more promises can be given out. And I think a lot of people are going, what the heck? There's been no more promises. And from a legal standpoint, I think they have to make good on the promises they've currently made, which takes time, which takes legal discussions, which takes like the actual implementation of things, and then more discussions. And so there's a lot of, I would maybe flag all of this as like politics discussions and legal discussions, and actually making it happen in a smooth and genuine way that the founders want to implement it, which I think is also not par with some of the other projects that we've seen as well, where they're like making promises on promises, and the fulfillment of those maybe hasn't been for everything so far, but they keep making promises. And so they're keeping the hype up, like, oh yeah, they're going to give us all this stuff. And there's a lot of that is coming down that we're currently seeing for a lot of other people, because they're realizing, oh no, somebody's going to come in and tell me that I'm not making very smart choices about making promises to all these people that we can't make for another 1.5 to 2 years potentially, or at least longer than maybe some of the holders are anticipating, which is not right? And in some sense, at some legal view, is probably not right. And so, like, I think that education here is important, right? Everybody's going to say something to get eyeballs. And there are many projects right now that have garnered those eyeballs and are the hottest thing right now to have, and have floors subsequently mimicking that hype. And as we've seen time and time again, especially if you've been here for long enough, eventually that hype, it disappears, because either they are too slow to make good on the promises, or they take back some promises, or they are just downright rugged, basically. So, I mean, I hope for sure that what you personally, Bullish, have been like invested in, that it succeeds well, and that you are able to take a profit and go in and do what you want to do to, play that game. And I think for a lot of us here too, like we're collectors. And so we're like constantly eyeing things that we aesthetically find appealing for us as a collector. And there are definitely going to be advantages for those who are in your game, which is that you are hoping to trade, right? Hoping to make a buck, hoping to kind of get in at the right moment. And so I do like understand your side of it, where it's like I came in at the wrong moment and I'm really mad that I didn't get my bags that I wanted or that I dreamed and hoped that it was going to give me. But I certainly do, want to guarantee you that if you stick around, like this community is going to reward you for what you put into it. And I think that we've become a very strong community, even in the downtime. There are people here that are creating out of their nose for VR and for YouTube, and even, we've got some TikTok coming in and all of these, Twitter people. So I think your strength here is just, whatever you find to be very good for your path, like we cheer you on, because like it's your success is good for the whole space. And so I hope that you are continually having these conversations with us because there's no amount of questions that are going to like scare us away and help you in whatever path you want to be on.
Thank you, Anya. Bullish, what's up, brother?
So you want? Okay, so I'll respond to that. So I get everything that you said, and I respect every single thing you said. But I'm not mad because I didn't make money on CloneX. Like I actually made money on that project trading clones. So I'm not mad about that. I'm mad about what they're doing to their community in terms of delivering their products, in terms of like communicating with the community. Because I didn't get an email about all the merch that I ordered. I didn't get an email. I didn't get a notification for that until like I want to say a month or two after the supposed time when they were supposed to be shipped out, right? So I feel like it's not. I'm not talking about like in terms of like not making money with a project. I'm not mad about that. The thing I'm mad about is just like how they've been with their community, not delivering or taking too long to deliver their products. I think that's my complaint.
Well, let me tell you something. This right here is a good amount of like the community leaders, right? You got team members and community leaders in here. The picture that you posted above, I'm in that picture. Dre's in that picture. There's a few of us in that picture. Cass is in that picture. A lot of us are in that picture. So, like, this is kind of like a core group of the CloneX community. And I know that you're upset for us, but just know that there's a lot more that you can do. Like, if you, as a member of the community, and you can do a lot more than just like be upset about things. Like, there's ways that we can change it, right? And if you do want to be a community member and you still hold parts of the project, we can sit and bash the founders all day, right? Or we can change things and do things on our own, you know what I mean, and give critical, like, good criticism back and constructive criticism back in the right way, right? I think your post above is like, I'm in there, bro. You didn't tag, like, if you're gonna shit on me, bro, tag me, dude. Like, that, my boy
Me
Dre's
too,
in
my
there.
guy. Please,
Cass is
man.
like, tag
Let
us,
me
bro. Like,
engagement for him at least.
yeah, if you're gonna post a picture with all of us in this whole room and then say fuck CloneX, like, tag us so we can get some of the engagement, bro. It's just, that's just Twitter etiquette, dog. Like, you know how etiquette works, bro. Tag me next time. But you see what I'm saying, dude? This is the community, man. We're upset. We've been upset about things. We work through it together and we fucking move on and we build together, dude. Everybody in here is building some dope shit, bro. And it's easy to just be salty at everything, or you can fucking give some good constructive feedback to the founders, watch them pivot and adjust, and fucking like build with the community and grow. There's two ways to go about it, you know?
Yeah, if you guys are the community leaders, that's what you claim to be, then my advice to you guys is just like stop like praising the owners of the project, the founders of the project, and apply pressure to them. Like, I don't know, but I feel like everyone, I don't know a different way to say this, but like everyone meat rights founders of the project. And this happens in every single community. So what I'm saying is apply some pressure to the founders of the project, and everything will be fine for CloneX. Or that's what I hope that happens to this project.
No, I
But but
agree with
but
your
at the
feedback.
at the
Hold on,
moment,
Terry. Hold on, Terry. Hold on.
okay.
I agree with your feedback, man. But yeah, bro, he might go. So I want to get to Baron as well. But I agree with your feedback, and I will tell you right now that there has been no community more vocal against the founders than clones themselves, bro. The clones themselves, this community has put those founders and through the fucking ringer, bro. So believe me, they
I
founder
got
or
9
clones
months
have
of
no
war with
problem
Benito. Benito
butting
hates
their
my
brother.
guts, bro.
Yeah,
So don't worry about that, bro. We've reached a point though where it's like, how much can you beat the shit out of a dead horse before you actually get somewhere? Where you actually have to pivot, provide constructive feedback, and allow them to change something, right? So believe
yeah.
me, dude, clones are critical, dude. Don't worry about that. It's almost toxic to the point how critical clones are towards the. So
I'm glad you guys have done that, but then like I don't know, at what point do you keep taking that from the founders and not try like to do something for the project?
bro, this project is going places, and we are doing something for the project right here. We got 55, 60, 70 clones in here every night,
Yeah, dude, bullish.
growing
Just
together,
keep coming
brother.
back. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Just keep coming back because I think you're
Keep
gonna
coming back to live up to your name.
all the things that you want to that you're asking about are happening. Um, it's almost like you haven't picked up the news in a while as it relates to this project, which is cool. You know, I feel like, but at the same time, you continue to drill us with questions of things that like are happening that we are doing. We've had 2 or 3 spaces with the founders this week, you know, and
yeah, we did.
I don't, you know, I don't know what else you want to have happen on a big launch release week when they're about to throw a party in Tokyo in collaboration with Murakami and Nike's going to be doing their thing and Yerbatech's throwing it. I mean, what do you know? So yeah, just sit back and join us. You know, sit all
Yeah.
the way down. We'll be here. I was just, are we changing topics? Or are we continuing down this road?
No, I
No,
just want him to
let me jump in and say something
Yeah,
as
sorry,
well.
because I
Like,
didn't want to change the topic without. So I'm going to go back on mute.
tag us in the photo,
no,
bro. At least tag us for, like right now while you're
I
listening.
already tagged
Yeah.
myself, man. I gotta
I tagged
somebody
Pompisha,
gotta
bro.
do it. I
Can we
gotta
get
do
him
it.
to
I'll
just change
do it
his name to
myself.
Barrett?
No, I mean,
Ch-
for real. Like, let me just say this: if it's, it seems like the information that you have had or you have about this project is just outdated, for real, and you're speaking from an emotional place that's stemming from ignorance, to be honest. And I understand that, right? If you're not involved in the community, you're not going to know. Just like I have no idea what the hell's going on in meme land and potatoes and captains and crypto dick butts, all of that stuff, right? I have no idea because I'm not there. But at the same time, since I don't have any idea, I'm not out there saying fuck crypto dick butts, fuck meme land, fuck. I'm just not fucking with it, right? But if you are interested in this project, come back and be more a part of the community and flow and understand where we are as a community. That's the first point I want to make. The second point, you saying to yell at the founders, be on their neck, don't dick ride them. Like, I don't know how people think that's the answer to getting anything to work, right? Like, if you with your parents and you want something from them, are you yelling at them like, "Mom, get the fuck up, you fat ass, and get me this food"? Like, no, you gotta. It's a way about doing everything, and I don't necessarily think yelling about it is the way. Like, even with you put out these posts, and in your posts is fuck CloneX, like. I could have took that some type of way because I am a part of CloneX, right? The people who are part of this community could have took this some type of way, and we could have came back at you with the pitchforks and the fires, but that's not the way to make change. That's why we're sitting here having a conversation with you, a civil conversation with you, to inform you, to ask questions, to gather information, and to get a better understanding from your perspective, so we can then inform you from our perspective. So that's just something I want you to take heed to. To get change, yelling and screaming necessarily isn't the way to go about doing so. Having a conversation, gaining a different perspective from that conversation and gathering information is more so a better route to try to institute change. So like I said, we hear every night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know what part of the world you're in, but you are more than welcome to come back and ask questions and throw information back and forth if you are curious about how this community works in this day moment in time.
Yo,
All right.
Bullet, was he here the night that we sold fractional interest in Pumpetia?
I don't know. Well, let's let him reply real quick.
I doubt it.
Oh,
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. I don't know why.
wasn't-
Maybe he was listening about our fraction NFT. I don't know how he got that post.
Dude,
We
well,
were
No,
fucking
maybe
around, but
maybe he thought we were serious.
that's a fact though. That's that's how people who buy fraction.
Bro, my
No,
God.
I'm saying that's how people who buy
I
a
just,
fraction
no,
of
I'm
an NFT
laughing because
act.
I remember that night. I'm not laughing at you. Please don't
I don't
misunderstand.
think he was.
I think you were here that night and you kept asking us questions about what we were talking about. Yeah, I remember.
Were you in this space when we were messing around with that guy's PFP? A bunch of people were rocking it, or did you just see the picture on the timeline?
No, I just saw it on my timeline. I wasn't even here.
Oh, what a coincidence! Yeah, we were fucking around with it being a fractional PFP, but nah, he owns that by himself. But that joke stems from that right there, from that conversation that night. That's why we all did the same fucking thing on our faces.
We all bought it, even though he wasn't selling it, bro. We just took it, and we were all up here on stage.
Bro, I don't know anybody who ever fractionalized a clone, dude. I don't know if anybody's done that.
If anybody down, I'm down to do one. Let's clown one. Shit, I need to know.
Actually, I do know somebody that did that, but they have their own clones now.
Really?
Can we do that to the alien Air Force ones?
Yeah, for sure. We can just keep them at my house and just get them in a size 14. I'm down. I'm down. We down.
Like I hold on to them because nobody. I mean, more people can wear like 10.5 than 14 Dre, so I feel like it has to come my way because more people will get use out of them.
More people.
Yeah, me, myself, and I.
Zap said he's cutting them up.
We're
gonna into some bespokes.
We should let Bullish respond. I feel like you wanted to say something.
I mean, no, that was it. Like my last message for the community is stop dick riding the founders of the project. Don't scream, don't shout, but just like communicate with them what you want to be different about the project, because they're the only ones who are gonna make a difference if the community stops dick riding them and actually applies pressure to them.
Appreciate the feedback, guy.
What if we like a little dick ride from here and there? You know what I'm saying? That might be our thing. Who's to say that's the wrong way to approach it?
Hey,
I've
have
seen
you
the
been in the
potatoes.
Discord?
Then I
go
feel
to
like
Discord.
Have you been to Discord lately? With the Artifact Discord?
I have.
Do you say the same thing to the potatoes? Because I see them dick ride 9gag CEO like he's a god, bro. You got to tell them that at least. But the floor's up, so that like it's okay, huh?
I mean, I don't think it's about 9gag. If you want to talk about 9gag, I can have a whole conversation about this. What's good and what's wrong about the project. But right now, I feel like we've been talking about CloneX, so I just wanted to say that. I mean, if you guys are fine and happy with dick riding the owners of the project, then I think it's going to go to zero. But if the community actually demands a change, then this project has a future.
Yo, we appreciate you coming by, sharing these knowledge with us, man. Like you're dropping pearls tonight. Absolute pearls. That must be a pearl lollipop.
No, I think honestly, I think it's a good take. I mean, that's your opinion, and you're absolutely entitled to it. And I think sometimes people are just gonna have to agree to disagree. I think there's a path forward, and that's the path that we're going down. And it definitely does not.
Yeah, but he has Tebby, I understand that we're in a world where we got to listen to everybody's opinion, but this guy has no idea what he's talking about. And we're not no one's dick riding anybody. Okay?
This is what we were talking about earlier. This is what we're
I'm just saying, nobody's dick riding anybody. He's got to just chill the fuck out because he has no idea what he's talking about. He's saying the same things over and over, and he's not well read. I don't know,
bro.
I was listening to him at first.
The dick riding might be the greatest form of advice we've ever received in this space. So I'm gonna really hold that one true. I'm gonna hold that one close to chest, man, and see how it goes. I'll let you know, bro.
If
I
I
I
already
see
just
him,
want
said,
to
I already
say
told you,
this is
Benito's
also bad.
gone to wars with me, so I already spoken that. There's no dick riding. Benito hates me, like personally hates me. So I don't know what you're talking about, but that shit ain't true, motherfucker.
Oh,
This is also like bad takes, right? And so bad takes are welcome. Like that's
yes,
what we do.
yes, exactly. So I think, like I said, it's cool. I appreciate, honestly, like I said it earlier, and I mean that from the heart. I appreciate you coming up and saying your piece and asking the questions, and you get your answers, and we know what's up. So thank you, my guy.
All right, guys.
Send us your sizes for those hoodies.
Yes, do not please. If you
Yes.
have the
Don't.
medium hoodie, for the Genesis hoodie, please get in my DM. Like let's work something out because
No matter what the
it
size
feels
is,
like
we'll
I
take
would.
it.
I definitely want that hoodie if you have it. So just putting it out
yo,
there.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you
Wait,
for
wait, wait,
having
wait,
me
wait,
no,
wait.
here.
no,
Before you go, did you pick up
Yeah,
any of your
yeah.
shoes? Did you grab any shoes?
I
hang out with
did.
us, bro. You're
I
good. I
did.
don't
What
want to hear
shoes
you
did you
dick
grab?
riding
I
potatoes.
got a Murakami, Angel, and 3 humans, I believe.
Are you selling the shoes too?
The shoes?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends.
Depends on what.
How much am I
If they
getting for them?
deliver or what? If they
Depends on how much what?
How much am I getting for them?
How much you asking for?
I don't know. I'll hit you up on the DMs.
Do I get a
Bro, there's a
discount?
market
Do
for
I
them. What are
do
you
I
talking about?
do I get a discount for dick riding them for the shoes or no?
No, you
Just
don't.
asking.
If you're dick riding the founders, you're not. You're not. But if you're not, then you probably will.
All
And
right,
bro,
bet.
I just want to say something. This guy Baron, why are you so butthurt about what I'm saying about the project?
Dude,
What's
stop
going on
You're
with
focusing
that?
on butts, bro.
you're generalizing, bro. You're generalizing. You came in generalizing about everybody dick
We
riding. That's
showed
why.
great respect for you, and you came in here and called everybody dick riders with females and males in the room. So I mean, I just I have had enough of trying to be open minded,
Well,
towards you
well,
right
well. I
now.
don't think he called everybody a dick rider. He just gave us the advice to not do
Yeah,
that,
but that's it.
as if
Yeah, I
that's
get
what
it.
we were
I
aiming to
get it.
do. You know what I'm
But then
saying?
he
Yeah,
said the
like we
community.
were.
He says the
Like,
community. That's me. That's me. You know what I mean? The way I heard it. So,
yeah.
but
And
yeah,
Bullish,
Bullish,
it's Mr.
keep
Baron
coming
to
back.
you.
I'm sure we'll be friends one day, bro. Because you
Yeah, for
got all
sure.
the gear. I don't know why you're so. Well, I'm just like confused a little bit as well because you got the gear, the clothing you forge is coming before you know it, and then the shoes you're about to forge those, and those will be here when they're ready. So, I mean, I don't get it.
You gave good advice, man. Just don't dick ride. I get it, and I appreciate that because I don't know why I didn't think of that before you came and suggested it. But now that you've told me,
Yeah, dude, you're
the
right.
light bulb is on.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
damn, I should have thought of that. You're right, man, and I appreciate that. So thank you
Yeah.
very much for that. And keep coming back if you want to. We here.
I mean, I'll send you links so that you know what I'm talking about. I'll send
I'll
you
say.
this.
Oh, wait, dick riding links.
Yeah, dick riding links.
They
So, all
they
right.
they do that
I
for
just
real?
want to say that dick riding is not in my job description as working for Artifact. So I just, anybody who's confused about that, it's definitely not in our job description.
Do you hold the same standards to the potato community, like when the potato community is dick riding, or is it only from a project that you feel some type of way about?
I
And
mean,
where are you saving these links? Like what?
I mean,
no, I said I'll send them to you whenever I see one. I'll
yeah,
send it to you.
tag us in it, and every time I see a potato dick riding the founders, I'll just tag you. It's just how community is, bro.
All
Like,
right, let's do that then. Let's
you
do
know what
that.
I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
Hey,
it's just
Bullish.
a different perspective.
Sorry,
Is
go
all.
ahead.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Bullish, real quick. I posted the creators, the Artifact creators account to the top with the space from yesterday with Zeptio in it. He goes into a little bit of a little bit of background on the clothing. Might just give you some more context and appreciation for the amount of time and creative energy they put into the materials to make all these 10 custom outfits, from socks all the way up to shirts and pants and shorts and shirts and everything. It's pretty fascinating, man. It's pretty amazing. They admit that it was over ambitious. It was too much, and that's why it took a long time. So they admit it, bro. Like they want to deliver faster. They see it, but they're gonna be freaking fire, dude. Not fade this merch, bro. Do not fade these shoes. I can't believe. Well, you know what? The shoes are trash. You should sell them all to Dre. But the freaking merch, bro, you should not fade the merch that you
The
have,
merch,
except for
the
that
merch is
hoodie,
trash too,
that
Jerry.
nasty,
Don't hype the merch.
hoodie,
I need that sweater. The merch is trash
that
too. So
nasty Genesis hoodie that you got. Yes, like just freaking burn that into the burn address. But otherwise, yeah, man, take a look at the updated lookbook. It seems like you haven't. There's a lot of videos of the shoes, like really, like studio lighting, and like you can see the detail in the shoes. But they're trash. Do not hold on to them. Sell them all to Dre. That's it, bro. I just want you to get a little bit of more
Tell them to
updated
me.
information because some things have changed, since you left the project. I also entered the project in January, just to let you know. I also missed the Animus. I also bought all the assets second
You've been hanging with us, though.
afterwards.
You've been with us.
And dude, I got a Yugi robot and I just kept buying, bro. Don't tell my wife.
Jerry went into debt. No, I'm just playing.
Thank you for that, Jerry. That was a W take for sure.
Yeah, good. What's up, Samurai?
Bruh, I almost forgot you left me on up here, bro. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of chime in on this whole meme land and this whole distaste for CloneX founders because I don't think you really know and understand what meme land's all about from just hearing you talk. I'm in both of these projects, and yeah, I'm painfully bullish on Milan, 100%. But I'm also very bullish on CloneX. And the reason why I bring up Milan is because it is a community project, but if you've been following Ray, he said himself he wants to build with other communities. So if you want, I don't see you going out there and making the connections when you can bring in Memeland to Artifact or make these connections, right? So I mean, it kind of goes both ways, right? And if you're that bullish on Memeland being a community project, why wouldn't you bring in Artifact that's also a creator community, part of their rewarding creators, right? And Memeland's trying to do a social aspect. Why wouldn't you want to connect those two communities together and make it more powerful?
Yeah, Bullish, you could fit perfectly on my shoulder. You and your lollipop.
Sir, that is a plunger. Do not.
no, we got Canadians in here. Von Sol, that was Von, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to be respectful of the conversation.
Yes.
I can't believe we have fucking lollipops, like beans with lollipops coming at us now. It's crazy.
Oh.
You hear it in Tevi's voice every time someone starts to get aggressive. He goes, "Oh God, guys, stop it! Stop it!
No, you know what my problem is, Compound? Like I have a demon, right? And I'm trying really
Change
hard.
back your Murakami, bro. You ain't able to have the demon. I'm man from the group. No, I'm just playing, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard right now.
But you got to remember, everybody's their own person, right? So
for sure.
Yeah, don't worry if.
I think this was good. All around. So.
Yeah, bro. No more dick riding echo chambers, bro. Like, I appreciate you coming up here and helping us to defend our bullishness on this freaking project, bro. We're so bullish. Get out of the way, man. We're gonna take out this market maker. Freaking Kaz over here just lighting us up, man.
I want to hear about while we're on the topic. So you have 6 captains at 8 ETH right now, and you've decided just to ride these bad boys. No profit taking at all.
What was that?
No, that was
that was Baron.
What is going on with your mic, Bullish?
What's that? Can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wait, what was your question? Can you repeat that? You got interrupted by Baron.
I said you got 6 captains, and they're all sitting at what 7 to 8 ETH, and you've decided not to take any profit at all.
Yep.
Is it you waiting for the token to come out and take some profit there, or what's the game plan?
I mean, I'll just wait for everything to be delivered and see where the project goes.
If hype moves on and the things take longer to deliver, and you didn't take profit, it's like you can kind of see like a rotation. And be like, fuck, I took like your friends right now. They didn't take profit on any of their airdrops. They didn't sell anything, and they got some saltiness too, right? But I mean, you trade, so that's on you. But yeah, it's kind of wild to not take any profit on all these things. Are free airdrops, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
free, right?
that would be on me, but at the same time, I just have conviction on this play. I think
Yeah,
it's gonna be good long term, so that's why I'm holding it.
yeah, that's good. What's up, Sol?
So my first question for bullish is, how many licks does it take to get to the middle of your lollipop? And second of all, what does it take? What is it going to take for you to buy a CloneX?
I think I already said this. It's gonna take for the founders to deliver what they already built.
What are you looking to get delivered?
Bro, I feel like I've been repeating myself over and over again.
Sorry,
Well,
I came late to the party. My bad if you had to repeat yourself.
let me ask
I
you
think
this. Clones aren't sexy in the 2 ETH range. Like, so you're gonna wait for kind of like a turnaround and maybe pick them back up 5, or you sold it, or
I feel like, bro, I already responded to this. It's like
oh well,
I'm gonna pick one up whenever they whenever the founders have a different take on the project. That's when I'm gonna buy
Are
in
you
again.
a fan of shoes?
I
so
am, yeah.
right now is
So
my
like
tab
so
shoe.
like you so you know, like depending on the DNA you have, you get dropped, you get to get whatever shoe you want. You don't think like get an exclusive shoe from Nike is a utility?
When are they getting delivered though? I think yeah, it's a utility. That's what they promise. But when are they getting delivered?
I mean, the delivery hasn't been announced yet, but I mean, like, the delivery is another thing, But I mean, the fact that you get your own shoe on the DNA that you have, don't you think that's a utility and a pretty cool? And that's just one thing. We got the monoliths, we had the vials, like there was a bunch of things that we got, and if you really wanted to de-risk, you could have sold at the top, but I feel like
So
the
we are
argument is always against, like, the founders aren't delivering, the founders aren't delivering. But I mean, the founders are one of the most creative, like, founders in the game right now. And to say that they're not providing, I feel like that's a little stretch. Don't you think so?
so we already talked about all this, man.
Yeah, I think you should just listen to the recording to
But
It's not
understand everything.
recorded, bro.
yeah,
True,
so
true, true. My bad, my bad. I guess personally, I just wanted to get like my own take, but I'll just listen to the recording.
So here's my thing, bullish. I sit here and tell you that the founders have changed their perspective, and they are coming around, and they have changed how they've acted. I'm telling you right now that I've seen it. I've been here since the beginning, nearly. Clones still are not sexy at 2 ETH. Like you have a group of community here that have seen a change. We've all been through the hard times, and we've seen the things that we weren't happy with, and we've voiced our opinions in the right way. And they're pivoting and changing, is what we're telling you, in the ways that you're looking for. Clones at 2 ETH are still not a good buy. Like, so what specifically are you looking for? Like a full blown turnaround of like a pumping floor price, specific posts on the timeline from the founders. Like I've been in multiple spaces with the founders recently. They've completely changed how they're acting on the timeline. Like they flipped the way they're acting, and it's pretty clear. So with that knowledge, then what else are you looking for? Is it more so just like a different kind of bumper floor price, or what?
I mean, as I said before, they got to deliver the products that they already launched. I feel like I've been repeating this over and over again.
No, you said
Like,
the first time was because the founders were acting a certain way, but now you just said like you need to deliver on the other products. So I see
I
what
mean, I feel like I've been saying deliver the products that you already launched for like since forever, like ever since we started the space.
you,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll just
Yeah,
wait
I
for
mean,
that
he
third
I
one.
mean he makes a good point though. Like, so to you, you already answered, right? So if we're talking Air Force Ones, that means that your timeline for potentially switching your mindset is end of this year. If you're talking season one merch, that means it's probably this summer. If you're talking CIRLs, it's probably again this summer. So we've got some time. I guess I'd like to pivot the conversation because it's just like
Yeah, I want to
hitting
talk
your
to
head
Zach.
against. Yeah, you know, like if you come, I would say keep coming back around. Like if you're interested, obviously the space is open. If you're not, you know, that's cool too. But for delivery of all that stuff, it's in the next 6 months, and you know, I guess you'll see what you want if you're paying attention, and that's really on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys get your stuff, and like thank you for having me here, and thank you for listening to what I had to say.
Yeah, man, no problem. Come through whenever.
Appreciate you, Bullish.
All right, thank you guys.
What's up, Zach? Zach Dupel.
Zach Dupel.
Zach Dupel.
My name is Dupel.
He's rugged.
Are just not talking to us. Did we offend you, Zach?
Peace.
I was
Zach
under.
Dupel.
The last thing I want to do is buy a clone once all everybody's got their shit. It's pumping on the timeline and fucking influencers are rocking the Air Force Ones. Like by that time, it's too late, man. I feel like the floor is past 2 ETH by that point.
Well, we already had a conversation about trying to speak sense into things that just don't make sense. So, gotta let them live.
Yeah, I guess people will just buy the 7 or 6 ETH, but not a
Yeah,
2.
hopefully,
Don't buy clones,
Tevi.
guys. I'm telling you, clones at 2 ETH are not a deal until they get back to 6. That things look good. I will continue.
Tevi, jump into homie's DMs and get that hoodie, bro.
Oh, you
You're
know,
gonna miss out.
that's what I'm doing right
And
now.
this stuff
Like,
I
I want to make
actually
sure he
almost
actually
finished the
has
book.
what?
No, I'm sorry. I was giving my daughter a high five. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm actually gonna DM him right now because I want to see if he has the Genesis hoodie because I want that hoodie, especially if it's a medium. So more than happy to help him out.
Zach Dupella.
Make sure Baron wasn't mean to him or anybody wasn't mean to him so that he could get all this gear. He's like, guys,
I'm like, I don't want him to run away like with a
first.
bad, feeling about the whole thing. I'm like, he's already ready to capitulate his clothes and all that stuff. I'm like, why do we want to piss him off? Like, let me get my stuff.
He gave us good advice. Don't dick ride. Period.
I mean,
That's one for the ages.
He's not done. He knows what he's doing. I mean, you saw his post. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, for sure. But that's why I'm like, it's not worth the energy, right? Like we provided the information, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Provided the information, he said what he had to say. He got the airtime, which is good. I think it's different perspective. Yeah. But there's a point where you gotta wind it down and keep it moving. And we were way past that.
To call him out for calling everybody dick riders too. Like, yeah, Baron, speak your
for sure.
This fucking guy can speak his mind, then we're gonna let Baron reply. Like, hell yeah.
Zach Dupel. Oh, me, that was sound advice. I for some reason I never thought to not do that. Right? Just don't ride the dick. If you want something to happen, don't ride the dick.
No, I know Baron can go like all in. I'm like, I just didn't want Baron to like rip him apart and go back and go to a bad place for him.
No, I'm in it.
Baron
calling a community a bunch of dick riders that you're gonna expect a reply, right? We don't have to be passive for everything. Just
sorry, comp. Sorry.
Zach Dupel.
Zach Dupel. I don't know that I know. I don't think I've talked to Zach Dupel.
I think he.
He's trying to talk. He said he can't get it to let him speak.
Yeah, I'll invite him back up. I had to remove him down because it was mute, like he was rugged. Is he? That is.
He said he's trying to talk, but he says he's in Discord saying he's trying to get it to work, but it's not working.
In a bad take Discord or in a Nomics Discord?
In our Discord.
I invited him up, man.
Is our Discord your Discord or our Discord Discord?
He's in my Discord, so our
there
Discord.
There we go.
You guys are welcome to be in our Discord too. It's all good for clown.
I don't know, man. I thought we wouldn't choose sides, so I'm staying neutral. This is Switzerland, baby. Zach Dupel.
Zach, come up. He meant like our because Zach and him are in the Discord. I'm in that Discord too. I have 4 Discords pinned, bro. I got
are you in that Discord too, huh?
Looks like we
Are
are
you?
taking sides, sucker.
Damn. All of that
Got
meant nothing to
romance
you,
quick.
huh?
I'm in
Used to be my homie.
Artifact, Bad Take, Nomics Discord. I think Winternomics is what it's called, Winternomics TV. And then I have Other Side, and they just got me to join NFT Inspect today because they got in my DMs saying that I was being too mean to Wale. So hey, we
Oh,
got
you
to.
joined them? You went?
I said, oh no, bro. I'm not. I'm gonna be civil, and I'm joining the Discord, bro. Yeah, I went into the NFT Inspect Discord. There, the guy growing that took over that project and is helping them is somebody who I met in Miami, bro. His name's The Dream.
He sent me an invite too, but I didn't do it because Jerry told me not to click links. But look at you.
I already got all my shit swiped, so it's all good. I lost everything.
You're welcome, Trey.
At this point,
thanks, Jerry.
Roll with it, right? Guys, I went over the time that I was supposed to be on Spaces tonight. If anybody has any important topics they want to talk about, we can run it, or just jump in the Discord and be a little bit more free. Oh, Cass came up. Let's say hi to Cass.
What's up, Cass?
Yeah, I just wanted to come up real quick before you guys go. Just this little bit of inside info, since it's not a recorded space, but I think it'd be cool for everyone to know. I think just recent sentiment internally has been a lot better since people have been not riding the dicks of the founders. And I'm going to ask that people continue to not ride the dicks of the founders, because it's just a lot. And so when there's a lot going on, there's a lot of people trying to ride the dicks. It just really makes it hard to make things happen. And so I think the founders want to focus on making things happen and not having their dicks ridden. So we're going to get back to that. We're going to keep doing things.
Alpha, bro. That's alpha.
That's a tall ask right there to not ride the dick, Cass. I'm sorry,
but everybody's
we'll do our best.
Doesn't work. Too many people.
Wait, I got a question though, Cass. If we apply pressure while we ride the dicks,
baby,
is that
whoa. That's a problem.
You're taking it too far.
While doing yeah, y'all got me. Y'all got me.
Taking it too far.
This whole situation was the classic shit we always talk about, where he's like, if the community does this for me, I'll think about getting back in. If you guys do this, I'll consider buying back in. Like, bro, so you literally just want to obviously speculate and not do anything for yourself. You just want the community and the project to pump your bags, right? Like, it's very clear, like, I'll get back in if the community push. Come on, bro.
He was just coming from a place for ignorance, period, man. Like, nothing really made much sense, you know what I mean? So you can't really reason with that type of
but y'all handled that very well, and that's why you guys are the leaders of this community. And it's dope to have you guys doing spaces regularly, showing people what it's like to actually represent this space and clones in the space. But yeah, just no more dick riding.
None at all. Dick riding. No dick riding with no pressure. None. There'll be none of that.
Tavi, what do you think? Can we not
do
that?
He wants to see it too. He